Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. I'm going to be having a play with this Adventurous Sky. I fell in love with it. I wasn't going to get it, but then I'm glad I did. It's absolutely wonderful. It reminds me of the one they fetched out quite a while back. What was that called? I can't remember, but it was a long time ago, and I wish I'd never got rid of it. But I'm keeping this one. I love it. I love this grid work. I love the clouds. They're so detailed and just can do so many. You've got the 3 different planes, plus you've also got the dies. So I'm going to show you a card I've made. I'm going to make that one, but I've also got, wait there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 extra sample cards as well that I've done with this set. So if you hold this in the centre, it pop-ups on my page. If you hold this card in the centre, it just looks like a normal card. It lays flat like a normal card, but I've popped it up inside so it gives you that view of the plane popping off the top of the card. I've hidden the crease line just with a 1/8 or a 1/16 of an inch. So when it folds flat and the person opens it, they'll have a surprise. This is just cardstock covered in DSP as the stopper. It doesn't add too much bulk. The gems are a little bit bulky, so if you don't want to put the gems inside, don't put the gems inside if you're posting, and that will fold a little bit flatter. But I like the way it looks with a normal card, and then it just pops up as a little stopper. And you could add it on the back of the gems. I've done it so the cardstock itself pops it up, but I love a little easel card. So these are the dies I'm using. I've got my everything mounted. I love the sentiment. You're the best, plain and simple. I mean, it doesn't get any nicer than that. I got my cardstock. This is going on the inside. These are for this is my sentiment. I think this, let me just see. This is 1 inch by 2.5 for the sentiment. So I'll put that with the sentiment. This piece is for the plane, and it fits on there beautiful. This measures 4 1/8 by 2 inches, and that's for the plane. And then you've got the large cloud, again 4 inches by 1 5/8. And then this piece is going to get my 2 little other clouds. That's about 1 3/4 by 3. And then you've got your pieces. I'm using half a sheet of A4, and I'm just gonna fold this in half. This one you can do with a trimmer, your scoreboard, or you can do it just as I'm doing it. You can just, it's the whole length of the card cut in half. So if you're American, yours is 11 by 4 1/4. You would just simply fold it in half and then fold the top section in half again. This is the UK size, which is 11 5/8 by 4 1/8. So pick your best side for the, I mean, it doesn't really make any odds for the top. And what I like to do is fold the card up into the corner. I don't know why, I think it just keeps everything level and straight. And then just press that down. I mean, you don't have to be overly mega pointy here, because, and I like to make sure I've got a bit of an upstand, but it's got some resistance. So don't overly crease this section. This piece then is going on the inside, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Oh, where's my other piece? Here. You're going to need 2 pieces of the navy. One of them is slightly bigger. They're both the same width, the 3 7/8. So one is 2 7/8, and the other one is 2 3/4. Yeah. 2 pieces of DSP. Obviously, they're just cut a little bit smaller. So I'm having my clouds on the bottom. This is, in fact, I think this one's going to be a little bit shorter. Yeah. So I don't mind my gap at the top a little bit wider, because I wasn't going to cut a whole sheet just for the sake of 1/8 of an inch. So this will go over my belly band, but then my top piece will join, and you won't see that big band because my plane will be across it. So just cut them. I've cut them literally 1/8 of an inch smaller, especially for that one. This is a piece I had left over, so I can either pull it up or pull it down, or I could even put it in the middle and have a slightly bigger bottom gap, top and bottom. But the top half is going to cover my score line. I've also got a piece of the cardstock that I cut off. This is 1 inch, and this is just scraps of DSP, which is the same width, and this is to back. And all I'm going to do is score this. I think I need to change my blade, it's getting a bit tatty. Get that dirt out my groove. There we go. Oops. So I'm just going to pop this in. I'm just going to give it a light scoring at 1/2 inch, and this is my stopper for the inside of the card. I mean, I could have used dimensionals, but I've got cardstock. It's only a little bit, and I'm literally just gonna fold and glue that together. And keep an eye on my battery, that's alright. So, bone folder. So we've taken our 1 inch piece and scored it down on the short side to make it a thick 1/2 inch piece. Or you could get 2 1/2 inch pieces, just glue them together. But that's going to be my stopper. And then what I did is I glued this. Again, I'm going to go right up to the edge. It's about the same width. Again, I'm just gluing this on. And then I'm just going to fold. And again, I'm going to glue that down. And I'm just using up scraps. You won't have to use dimensionals. So nice and tight. Perfect. I mean, I got this little piece in case you didn't fancy the green or it didn't cover it all. And then you could just lay that over the top. I think I prefer the blue, so I'm gonna just glue an extra piece on. And it's only adding to the bulk. It's not taking nothing away from the card. It's the same width. I'm just going to snip that end so it's all nice and level. My hands are covered in glue. There we go. And then I'm just going to roughly add this halfway, about halfway onto my inner cardstock. So this is my stopper. So I want to try and line this up. I'll come about halfway, like I'm saying. Let's just make sure that's nice and straight. So if you've never got dimensionals, always use cardstock, because that's a great little stopper for the inside of the card. And the resistance will hold the card open. Love it. But we haven't finished there. What did I use on that? I used blue. So this time I'm going to go for some smoky slate. And this is that gorgeous pattern. I've got myself a piece of scratch card because I don't know if I want it dark or light. Let's give it a tester. Oh, I like that. Let's just, I'm going to do one. I'm going to keep that straight edge. Oh, that is such a cute pattern. I'm going to turn it around so I can keep the straight edge on there. And then I'm just going to fill in the spaces. I don't need to do the top because that is where my writing will be for whoever I send the card to, or whoever gets this card, because I do mine, give mine to charity. If I can help others out, then that's the main thing. So I'm going to pull this as close to the, making sure I've got a nice even border either side, top and bottom, just nice and evenly placed. Like I'm saying, I don't want to crease this too much because I want my card to look flat. Now without the gems inside, it's nice and flat. Plus my stopper will hold my card open. I can save them gems then for a different look. So let's get some gluing done. I chose the boho blue and the night and navy because it goes with the card, the DSP stock. Gorgeous. Look at my fingers covered in glue. Oh, look at the grey. But I do love the clouds. Oh, I wish you'd sell pieces of paper, DSP, separately as well, because if I want those clouds, I've got to buy another whole packet of paper. So I'm gonna have this down the bottom because, like I say, my plain is gonna hide my top strip. So I'm gonna open this out. This is my top half. And this fits on my card beautiful with a nice even border all round. Now this little, I could trim that off, but I want to cover that score line, but don't glue this top half. So I'm gonna basically glue down and I'm leaving the top bit open. So I'm making sure I've lined that up. So it's level with my other piece. It looks pretty whole now when the card's lying flat, but it will sit up, and I haven't got glue on the back there, and it's giving me that illusion. So when my aeroplane goes on there now, let's get some stamping done. Actually, not doing any colouring, I'm just leaving the card as it is. It's going to be a quick and simple card tonight. Pop my glue away if I get any more on me. And I stamped in the smoky slate for the clouds and the pebbled path for the plane. I just loved the colour of the plane. I know it's nothing to do with this DSP, it's not in the colours, but I just loved the colour it did for the plane. So I love that pebbled path. It's such a beautiful colour. It's not dark enough to be black, or it's dark enough to be a contrast, if you know what I mean. I am going to stamp in my sentiment, where is it, in my Misty Moonlight I've got, because it's darker than the boho, and I didn't want the night and navy, it was too dark. But my ink pad is running out, so I've had to send away for a new re-inker. I thought I got them all, but apparently not. It's the only one. I went through them all. It's the only one that's missing. So you are, oh look at that, beautiful. You are the best. Plain and simple. Click that into place. You know me girls, I can't do with dirty stamps, so I'll have to wet my cloths again. Can't get rid of the muck, so I'll keep that open. Do my little clouds in the smoky slate. Love this. Oh, look at me doing acrobats in my hand. So I'm just going to do them at a slight slant, just so I get those gorgeous clouds out. I could have got away with a smaller piece of paper here. Yeah, I think that is cute. I love it. But I'll show you the other 6 cards. One of them was my sketch for the other week. But I just wanted to emphasize everything and what this, how versatile this set is. So in with the die machine. Let's get all these bits. Don't need that die in. So let's see if we can, how many we can get on here. My plain. Cute, cute, cute. I don't think I'll get my aeroplane on there, but I'll get one of my little clouds on there as well. Gorgeous. It just doesn't want to, you've got to offset these plates. It just doesn't want to go round. Look at that, it's hopeless. Oh my goodness. I'm going to offset my, oh my, Gaynor, start again. Pull your plate out, because this machine, since I've had the new handle, is totally crap. I used to be able to push the 2 through. Now I've got to offset everything, otherwise it doesn't work. But there's my plane, and it's cute. Love that. Oh, what a pain in the bum, what a pain in the bum, bum, bum. Right, now let's offset the plates again. Oh my god, turn your plate over every time you use it. I love these rolling clouds. I think they're so cute. But like I say, ever since I've had that new handle they gave me, because my other one fell off, the pin snapped apparently, it's been so awkward to use without offsetting everything. Woo! But once you get it working, it's okay. It's fine. So there's my cloud. Get my die put away because I'll forget. I got another little cloud. One more to go. I know I should have done them beforehand, but then the video would be tiny. There we go. Look, you gotta offset your plates. See how much that is offset by? There we go. Even when there's nothing in it and I've got them together, it just won't go anywhere. You've got to offset it. Oh, what a pain in the bum. Right, let's get this card put together. It is so cute. We're going to turn everything over and get our dimensionals out. I've got a large and a small. And I'm going to just put 2 on the clouds, 1 on the small ones, because they're not interactive or anything, and then 2 on my get them out of the way, fetch my plane in. Oh, I don't need that little one on the top or that one there. I need to move them down. That's why I keep forgetting, I need them in the middle, a little bit lower down. Luckily, because the top half of our plane is going to stick out up the top. So peel the backings off. And I'm going to bend this up. And I'm going to leave myself, there we go, that much gap at the top, but you don't want any dimensionals on the back because otherwise people can see them. Now if you want to do a thicker plane, do 2 cuts, put your dimensionals in between so it gives it a bit more depth here, and then just glue the bottom section on. But my isn't that cute? That's going to stand up like that. My sentiment, I've got a pain in my boobie. It's just going down here, just at the bottom. I'm going to shift it over my cloud this time, put 1 here. I'm going to come with that one there, and then the other one I tucked behind just slightly, so just going to nestle that one in just a little bit behind. That is so cute, love it. And then I just grabbed one of my trinkets. Now I turned this on this card, I turned it over so you could see the pattern. Well, I'm going to flip this one. You can, let's try it with a glue dot, because I've seen ladies use glue dots. Don't know what that was off. So grab a pop a dimensional glue dot even. I'm not going to put the ones on the inside. This one I'll lay a little bit flatter. And I'm just going to stick, you could put it in the center of the plane, but I think it's a little bit big, but I'm just going to go and put it right down there where I put my other one. But now I've got a little, it looks flatter than this one, because this is a bit of bulk with the dimensionals. This one will post a lot better, but they both stand up beautiful. I tell you what you could use as well if you want to use watercolor card, but I've still got space here to write my message to and from, and maybe even write something to somebody, maybe stamp something inside, and you can still stamp write your message at the bottom. This is pale enough. I use blue on this one. I like the grey actually, but yeah, I love it. I thought I haven't done a little fun fold card for a while, so there we go. There is this Adventurous Skies beautiful easel card. One, if you're going to hand them out, add the gems. If you're not and you want to keep it pretty flat, but use cardstock and DSP as your stopper. Beautiful. Saves on dimensionals, because I know they can get quite expensive if you use quite a lot of them. But I love it. I love the fact that it doesn't look creased when you open the card. You know, you can see them just on the ends. But if I'd have moved the cardstock down, you'd see a big crease going through the centre. So it's a little bit of a surprise your recipient will get the card and think, oh, that's lovely, go to open it, then realise that it's falling and will stand up. So it's a little hidden easel card with the Adventurous Sky. Now I'll show you the other cards that I did. I'm not going to do videos on them all because at the end of the day it's just one set. The card is, I love this paper. I did a paper share and I'll probably end up getting another pack because this is going to be in the catalogue, so it's going to last all year. It's boho blue, copper clay, mossy meadow, night of navy, smoky slate. You've seen the papers when I did my order, but this is one of them. This is one of those cut aparts. You get a sheet of cut aparts. Well, you get two actually. And I've put "You always lift me up," and I've used some of these retired. These are the brushed metallic adhesive back dots, and they pick up on the copper clay. So I used some of them on my card. So I've got one of the little trinkets. This is a die cut piece. This is that acetate that come out a long time ago, the patterned acetate. And I just thought, because we've got a worldy looking piece of paper, I'll show you in a minute, when it was backed onto the acetate, it gave me an illusion of the cracked earth underneath. So I just sectioned my designer series paper off, again using a smaller piece. So, and then one of the cut aparts, love that, and I used the circle punches. I haven't put any inserts in yet, but that's one of them. This was my sketch card a couple of weeks back. I think it's week 18, with a couple of those little cut aparts as well. I just cut them down a little bit smaller. And do you remember that gorgeous grape foiled card we had? I think it was not Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade. You had like you had 4 sheets of each on a 12 by 12, oh, many moons ago, and I thought it picked up beautiful with the copper clay. So I used the deckled circles, stamped that little image again on the background, cut out, and with the plane this time I just used a blending, these, the blend, what are they called, blender pen, and just used the ink that was stamped. I didn't pick up any other apart from a tiny little bit that was in the lid, just to finish off the propeller and the back tail. But again, this sentiment is from Nature. Notes of Nature. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. And again, using those gems. Just love it. So that was our sketch card. I just dropped my paper all over the floor. I'm a silly sausage. I love this paper, mind. So 1, 2, there's that cloud paper. 3, 4, yeah, and the bits, these are all cut apart. So I've used a fair bit of it already. And I love it. So this one is just using the dies to cut the plane out and the propeller. I used one of the gems there to attach my ribbon, and then did a Happy Father's Day. Look, it's so cute. And I did that in just scrap paper that was in my scrap bin. I think that is grey granite. And then I used some silver foiling just to make it sparkle. But what a wonderful Father's Day card that would make. I also used this, and again with that glimmer paper, I used a Happy Birthday. This again was one of the cut aparts from the main sheet. So I just topped and tailed it with some of that glimmer paper just to give it a bit of shine. I think it works beautiful. This is at the same plane that's on my card here, but without the blending. And then some more of those brushed metallic gems, and I tied this into a little C knot. I'll show you how to do that actually. It's quite simple. Let me get my so I use this jute twine. So you need 2 pieces basically the same length. So Let me just pop that away so I don't forget. And then what you do is you make 2 loops. Again, you just double it over. Make a loop at the top. Make another loop at the top. It's just called a C knot. And then feed 1 loop through the other loop. And then pull the tails through. And then keeping hold of it. Do you see what it's doing? It's making that C knot. And then just pull it. And then you've got one of those C knots, it's called. I've seen them use them on cargo ships. They probably use them on planes as well for keep tying down stuff. But it's called I'm sure it's called a cargo knot. And then just trim your ends off. Nice and neat. And because it's a mail card, it's something a little bit, I don't know if you can see all the detail. Let me find a piece of white cardstock. So if I pulled that tighter, whoops, if I pulled that tighter, that knot would close up. There, see it? If I pull it tighter, it closes it up. But it was better than just tying a bow, because mail cards don't tend to have a bow on there. So I did a cargo knot, as it's called. But I'll use that on another card. But that's how you make them. They're so simple. And no one ever went to Boy Scouts. So I've got 2 lots in that paper, 2 lots in this paper. I've got these tags and these clouds are a cut apart as well, mostly using cut aparts. This is another cut apart, and it was so simple. I just backed it on some cardstock, added some of the designer series paper. I love this bit that said something about the world. Another one of the trinkets and 2 of the more of those gems, and just put again simply, you're the best, plain and simple. This is one of the ephemera cut aparts. That's what I like about this set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one. It's just again one of the 6x4 cut apart ephemera. I just stamped on some clouds, added an extra strip of paper, flagged the end of my happy birthday and added some designer series paper behind. And again, just plain and simple. But look at this set. There's so many other different designs you can do. I love the easel card. But there we go. 7 beautiful cards just from this set. And so many other different. Let me just move them down. Gaynors out of shot. So we've got those 2. We've got the green ones. We've got our easel one. You don't need to see both of them. They're both the same. And then the 2 blue ones as well. So there we go. 7 cards and this gorgeous, 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 gorgeous set. I love it. Excellent. And I know my friend Nessa loves mail cards. So, and because all our household is full of mails. Bless her, she's on her own. But I hope you've enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. If you're new to my channel, please click the bell icon after you've clicked subscribe, and then tick all and you'll be notified of all future videos. I post at least once a week. This past few weeks I've been doing twice a week, and maybe throwing in a bonus video as well. But I'd love to see you on the next video. All glory to our great Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, giving us these beautiful talents to share with all you lovely ladies. So come back on the next video and see what we make next time. Take care and be kind, people. See you soon. Bye.